Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. If you want to stay up to date on all the mobile tech that's coming out and learn cool tips, tricks, and hidden features, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell to turn on post notifications so you can be alerted every time we post new videos. We're going to walk you through the new interface on the Fitbit Versa 2 and just some basics of how to navigate it because the operating system has slightly changed. Okay, so we're going to start with just basic navigation. So swiping to the right won't take you anywhere, but swiping to the left will take you to the different apps that are on the Fitbit. So obviously we have exercise app, timer, now we have Spotify built in and your alarms. Keep swiping. We have some new relax features, settings, music, and weather. And then here you'll find any other apps that you have downloaded on the Fitbit. And I'll go over a little later in the video actually how you download apps and where you go to do that. And yeah, so just swiping all the way that way just takes you to the different apps that are on the phone. Now, when you're on the main screen here, you can swipe up and this will take you to a full breakdown of your day, how many steps you've done, and you can see, everything from how many hours you were active to your active heart rate, sleep, exercise schedule, and you can adjust this if you hit settings right here. You can select what things you want to show up in this section. So if you track your food, you can have that show up. If you track your weight daily, you can have that and your different badges. It's all up to you how you want that set up. We hit the button on the side here, it will take us back to our home screen. Now if I swipe down from the top here, this is how I can see all the different notifications that have come through the phone. So I can see a missed call, I have an email here that came through, and I can actually tap on that email and I can look at it in more detail if I want. You can hit open, it'll then open right on my phone, or I can simply archive it or just clear it, and clearing it will just take it right off of my notifications on the Fitbit. So I can just hit clear, and now when I swipe down it won't show up in that section. Under missed calls, I can tap on that and I can hit call back and then it will trigger the call on my phone, or I can hit message and here I can pick from some pre-selected options here. I can tap an emoji to reply, or you can tap more replies here. Okay, so now we're just going to hit the home button to go back. Now also when you swipe down, we have a new set of menus. These are called your quick settings here. You got to pay attention because they'll move away quick. But these three are the quick settings. So you have a shortcut to music, to making a payment. So if you wanted to pay for something using your Fitbit, you just swipe down and tap that second button. The third options are those quick settings right there. So if I tap quick settings, we have these 5 options here. So I can turn on do not disturb, and now no notifications will come through or make my wrist vibrate or make any noise. I can turn on the sleep mode, which will also disable any notifications coming through so I can sleep. I can turn on what's called always on display, and in this setting you'll always have a clock face on the Fitbit. So if I turn the screen off, this is now what's called the always on display. So no matter what, it will always show the time on my wrist, which is kind of cool. Now keep in mind, if you do have the always on feature on, the battery does drain faster. So when I did a test, I was able to get about 2.5 to 3 days with the always on clock. When I turned this off, I was able to get up to 5 days worth of battery life. So it's up to you how often you want to charge this thing. I like this feature, but I like more not having to charge it but once, maybe twice a week. So that's why I decided to turn it off. Swipe down again, tap on the quick settings. You can just turn it off that easy. Here we have our brightness level, and we can change it to max, normal, or to dim. Obviously if you put it on dim, the battery will also last a lot longer. I think when I got over 5.5 days of battery, I had it on just the dim setting, but it's up to you and how you see and what is more convenient for you. Here, this is the screen wake. Now what screen wake is when the Fitbit is on your wrist and you turn your wrist, the screen will automatically come on. You can turn that off so if you put it on manual, the screen will only turn on when you press the button. By turning your wrist, it won't trigger the clock. However, you can tap that and tap this and put it on automatic, and with automatic, the screen will come on whenever you flick your wrist over. And the last thing I want to show you is how to trigger the Alexa. So the Fitbit Versa 2 does have the Alexa voice assistant built in, and just by holding down on the home button here for about 1 second, it'll automatically trigger Alexa to start listening, and then you can make a request. So let me show you how it works. Set a timer for 2 minutes. So just that easy, I can, tell it to set a timer or do something like that, and it will get started. So in terms of using this with my workouts, it's been awesome because it's great to be able to just set something without having to manually do it yourself. The cool thing too is in this section you are able to control your other Alexa enabled devices. So now I'm going to segue over to the app, because in the app is where you're going to have a lot more of your controls in terms of changing your clock phase,